The Moon Landing, History and Theories. On July 20th, 1969, humanity took its first steps on another world. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became legends, forever etched in history. But this pivotal moment is also shrouded in controversy. The 1969 moon landing remains a subject of intense debate. Was it a giant leap or a giant hoax? We'll explore the history and the theories. The Apollo 11 mission was an audacious undertaking. It was a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. The mission launched on July 16, 1969, from Cape Kennedy, Florida. The Saturn V rocket, a marvel of engineering, propelled the crew towards the moon. Aboard were Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Collins remained in lunar orbit in the command module Columbia. After approximately 76 hours of travel, Apollo 11 reached lunar orbit. The lunar module, Eagle, then separated from Columbia. On July 20th, 1969, at 2017 UTC, Eagle touched down on the Sea of Tranquility. Armstrong's first words echoed around the world. "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." Buzz Aldrin followed shortly after, joining Armstrong on the lunar surface. They spent approximately 21 hours exploring the moon. The astronauts collected rock and soil samples. They conducted experiments to learn more about the lunar environment, and famously, they planted the American flag. The return journey began on July 21st. The lunar module ascended and redocked with Columbia. The crew then began their voyage back to Earth. On July 24, 1969, the Apollo 11 capsule splashed down in the Pacific Ocean. The astronauts were recovered and celebrated as heroes. A nation, and indeed the world, rejoiced. Despite the overwhelming evidence, some believe the moon landing was a hoax. These theories have persisted for decades. They are fueled by skepticism, distrust of authority, and a desire to question established narratives. These theories suggest the entire event was staged. Some claim it was filmed in a secret studio, perhaps even directed by Stanley Kubrick. Let's examine some of the most common claims and the counter-arguments. One common claim involves the shadows in the photographs. Conspiracy theorists argue that the shadows are not parallel. This, they say, suggests multiple light sources, impossible with only the sun. NASA explains that the sun's position and the uneven lunar terrain cause these discrepancies. Perspective and the curvature of the moon can also distort the appearance of shadows. Another frequently cited piece of evidence is the waving flag. How could the flag wave in the vacuum of space, where there is no wind? This seems to defy logic. NASA explains that the flag was mounted on a telescoping pole with a horizontal bar. The vibrations from setting up the flag caused it to ripple. The inertia of the ripples kept it moving in the vacuum. Many point to the absence of stars in the lunar photographs. If the moon has no atmosphere, shouldn't the stars be clearly visible? The lack of stars, they argue, indicates a fake backdrop. The explanation lies in the camera settings. The camera exposure was adjusted for the bright lunar surface. This made the stars too faint to be captured. The sharp, clear footprints in the lunar dust also raise questions. How could such distinct prints be formed in a dry, airless environment? Shouldn't the dust be too fine and powdery? The lunar dust, or regolith, has a unique consistency. It is composed of fine particles that are angular and interlock easily. This allows for the formation of sharp, well-defined footprints. The lunar module, Eagle, landed using a descent engine. Shouldn't this engine have created a blast crater beneath the module? The absence of a crater is seen as suspicious. NASA explains that the engine was throttled down during the final descent. The lunar surface was also surprisingly solid. These factors combine to prevent the formation of a significant crater. Some observers note that objects in shadow appear to be well lit. This, they claim, suggests the presence of additional light sources. How else could these shadowed areas be so visible? The explanation is simple: reflected sunlight. The lunar surface is highly reflective. Sunlight bounces off the ground and illuminates objects in shadow. NASA has consistently refuted these conspiracy claims. Their explanations are supported by scientific evidence and expert analysis. Independent researchers have also verified many of NASA's findings. Despite these refutations, conspiracy theories persist. They highlight the power of doubt and the human tendency to question authority. They also speak to the complexities of historical interpretation. The moon landing remains a source of wonder and debate. Whether you believe it was a triumph of human achievement or an elaborate hoax, it continues to fascinate and intrigue. The questions surrounding it force us to consider the nature of truth, evidence, and belief.